TitleMatchNetwork.com.
Lawler and Dundee didn't stay around the guys.
Okay, they always went home probably.
They did whatever, because they were either on the town or they weren't. Jerry Lawler was only mainly in Memphis and maybe Louisville. The other towns he was.
I'm sure they were, because they had other work probably
Yeah.
at the time, right?
They were doing, Lawler was doing Raw, and if he wasn't doing Raw, he'd be in Memphis.
Okay.
So
he's not doing the loop.
No, they didn't do loops at the time. I mean, they did, like I said, they would do a big show. Like they brought Scott Hall in, as Razor Ramon to do a couple of shows, work with Dundee. And Hall, 6'5", 6 whatever he is, and Dundee, 5'5". There's a foot difference between these two. And to see them in the ring working, and to know Hall had to put over Dundee, Hall hated it.
Right.
You could see it, that he was like going, he was trying to figure out how to let this guy beat him, but he didn't like it. You could, even then, back then I could see it. Because he's Razor Ramon, Intercontinental Champion. I got to pull over a fucking midget.
Yeah.
But, that was kind of mentality at the time. But
in Memphis, Bill Dundee's a giant.
Exactly. Right? He's a giant killer there.
Okay.
He's the Rey Mysterio of the time, even though he never left his feet.
Right.
He never left his feet. I think his drop kicks were like waist level, even on me. But it's just one of those things where egos and stuff were always rampant, but it was one of those deals where it wasn't like it was, like I said before, it wasn't a power ego. It was just a ego. Right. Don't bruise me. I'm can't bruise my ego because I'm a tough guy. I've been there forever.
Okay.
So that's why I never got involved with a lot of guys there personally on stuff. It wasn't worth it. Because I knew I wasn't going to be there forever. Mm-hmm. I was going to plan. I was hoping sometime in the future something would happen that I would leave there. Even though that was probably, I loved being in Memphis. Because, dude, I was living a life. I was a professional wrestler.
Yeah.
6 nights a week, on the road, every night, different town. Even though it was the same schedule, but every night you were a different town. And, dude, it was great. I was living the life.
Guys like Rich, Dundee, and Lawler, again, all these big names, are they willing to, you talked about how you felt like Bill Dundee might have been a little threatened. But were they still willing to give advice to the younger guys? Like, did any of those guys specifically pull you aside and help you
Tommy
out?
Rich did in the beginning. Just like I said, I knew him from the independents, so I think he wanted to see me succeed there. At least, not just be there a few weeks and then gone. Some guys came in, couldn't handle the schedule, and were gone. He was always encouraging me, dude, you're going to get better. You're going to get better. Watch your stuff. You need to work on this and stuff. He didn't do it all the time. Billy Jack Haynes is one of the few guys. When he came in, and it was towards the end of it, my run there, he actually came in and was working with Brian Christopher, and Brian broke his shoulder in the match, or cracked his shoulder blade, whatever it was, got hurt and had to walk out, and got a little heat for doing that, but for looking weak as a babyface having to leave, but you're hurt, things you got to do. But Billy Jack and myself played a rib on Jerry Lawler, with Lawler and Christopher being father and son. Jerry was giving me a hard time about something, nothing major, but just ribbed me a little bit. And I remember Jack did it on his own. Billy Jack did. He pops up and goes, "Hey, look out, Lawler! That son of a bitch is my son. We ain't told nobody." And Lawler just went, "What?" His face dropped, and I can picture it because it was in Louisville. We were in one of the dressing rooms. And he just popped up, and that's my boy, man. I've never said it because I don't want all this stuff to go on. I don't want nobody special favors. I want to see him succeed on his own. And we looked all alike. Dark hair, I had the mullet. He had the mullet. He had the beard going. I had the baby face. Dark features. And Lawler bit into it. And we played it. And I just went, well, hey, let's go with it. So I ran with it myself. And just had fun with it. And we just ribbed and worked Lawler for about 2-3 weeks with it till we finally broke down and started laughing in front of him. Which, pissed Jerry off a little bit to have a rib pull on for that long. But, it was a kid getting one up on a legend, per se, just on a rib column. Thanks to another legend.
TitleMatchNetwork.com